Are you preparing for the objections? Are you ready? Do you know they're coming? They're gonna happen. Look, it killed me as a young sales professional. It killed me. It just overwhelmed me. I know it. I look back now and I'm like, that was so dumb. Customer had an objection, I couldn't handle it, and I died from it. I'd feel rejection. I'd lose my self-confidence. Next thing you know, my attitude's ruined. The next thing, I'm making up why I hate the business, the industry, where I work, the people, the customers, the product. Look, the bottom line is I just had an incorrect estimation of what was necessary for my profession. You're going to get objections. Objections are indications that you're moving deeper into the sales process, whether you're in front of someone or on the phone. When you're cold calling and somebody's saying, what? I'm not interested. Don't ever call me again. We would never do that. Don't bother. Hang up. Cuss at you. What is that? The woman I'm married to objected to me for 13 months, only to have 2 babies with me. Okay? We've been married 12 years now. We love each other to death. She objected and objected and objected and objected. So what? I've had customers object to me on the phone, see me the next day. Nope, don't bother, don't come, not interested, won't happen. All right, you mind if I come by and have some coffee with you? Sure, man, come by and have coffee. Oh, we're not buying anything under any conditions. We don't have a budget. Boom, went in, they bought. Okay? So first thing I did to handle this, you got to know, you have such an advantage over where I was because I'm telling you today what you need to do. Now, the question will be whether you're really paying attention and listening over and over and repeating this information. I can literally take away about 3 years of mistakes from you if you just listen to what I'm telling you right now. First thing I did as a salesperson, when I committed to my profession, I started training every day. Number 2, I role played every day. And the third thing I did was I started writing down objections. I would write down every objection the customer gave me. All right. Do you know the 3 most common objections that you hear in a sales call? Do you know exactly what they are, word for word? Or would you just make it up right now? I'll bet you don't know. If you're not recording the calls, if you're not taking notes on the calls, you don't know. And if you don't know, if you don't know, you don't know. You understand? If you don't know, you just don't know. And most people don't even know what they don't know. It's scary. Why do people not have money? Why do so many people not have money? I'm going to tell you why. It's not because there's a shortage of money. It's because they don't know. They don't know about money. So what do they end up with? If you don't know, you end up with no money. If you don't KNOW, you end up with no. Same thing on a sales call. If you don't know what the objections are going to be, you're going to end up with no. N-O. You're going to end up with not interested. You don't even know the difference between an objection and a complaint. Right? So look, stop right now. I want you to stop this right now. Give me 1 second to explain what I want you to do first. And write down the 3 most common objections that you get. Good. Now I want you to write down those 3 objections and I want you to write next to it. What are you going to say exactly? What will you say exactly? Yeah, you don't know. Okay. Look, if you went and did this, let's see, you lost. You can't do that in a call. Okay. The guy says, no, we wouldn't be interested in that. Hang on 1 second. Let me look it up. You can't do that. That's impossible. Like that long, you're done. I'm talking microseconds and you lose confidence. I'm not talking 15 seconds. You remember the old adage, first 15 seconds, you make a first. When you're handling objections, we're talking microseconds. I'm talking pieces and parts of hundredths of a second that indicate this cat's a freak and he's nothing. Okay, this guy is on the phone making a call, crossing his fingers, praying to a prospect God that this is a good lead. The customer knows, folks. Okay, particularly the quality customers, the ones that have the money, the ones that can make decisions, the ones that can buy, will know when you go into your little microsecond pause to think about what you're going to say. In a later segment, I'm going to go over the exact formula for handling objections. I know I keep coming on to you. I'm going to give you scripts later. I'm going to give you objections later. But I am. Right now, I'm setting the foundation. No foundation, no fundamental foundation, no good flooring, Well, I can't build a house on that, right? So here's the exact strategy for handling an objection on a cold call. I get an objection. I'm not interested. First thing I'm going to do is listen. How long does that take? Microseconds. Got it. Number 2 is what I just did. Got it. Okay. I acknowledge. Number 3, I isolate any other reason you wouldn't do this. Okay, number 4, I'm going to move in the direction of the objection. Of course, you're not interested. You don't have enough information yet. 5, I'm going to justify my offer. If I've even made an offer, which most of you haven't made an offer yet, unfortunately, because you leave your price till the end of your presentation, by the way, which you haven't made yet, because how could you? He doesn't even know what you have or what it costs. So of course he's not going to be interested. You're like, what did he just say? Rewind it. Replay what I just said to you and you'll understand what you're doing wrong. You go into a proposal with mystery. People don't know what it costs. You try to present them what you're interested in. They actually get interested, but they're thinking about, wonder what it costs. Can I even afford it? How much is it? By the time you finally get to the price, you've wasted too much time, so they can't justify the offer, so you can't close. So then you hear things like this: I'm not interested, I can't afford it, I can't handle it. Unfortunately, most of you never even get to I can't afford it because you never get to the price, or the payments are too high, so you don't get to that. Okay? So let me back this up. Let me explain to you what I'm telling you right now. First, you got to get simple. First, you got to get an objections log. I need you to write down everything you're saying to the customer, okay? Second thing I want you to do is really follow your script and make sure your script is getting you into a presentation that can create objections that you can close on, okay? When you get an objection, what's the first thing you're going to do? My 5 or 6 points here. You're going to first do what? Number 1, you're going to listen, okay? Hey, Grant, we wouldn't be interested, okay? We would not be interested in doing that. No, that's the first thing we're going to do is we're going to listen to that customer. I wouldn't be interested. Now, if you've heard that enough time and you have it in your log, you're going to probably do what? I've heard that before. I've heard it from everybody, okay? Everybody I've ever talked to said I wasn't interested. So when I heard that enough time and I wrote it down enough times, I started coming up with ways to handle it. So the way to handle these 6 points: listen, acknowledge, isolate, move in the direction of the objection, justify my offer, and close. Okay, now go back and I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you how to do it where it doesn't even look like 6 steps. Customer says, I'm coming to town. I want to do a free presentation for your group. There's no money involved. It takes 20 minutes. I'm going to increase your sales 50%. It costs you nothing. So watch me blast through the 6 without making it look like 6. I call a client and say, look, I'm coming to town. I'm going to be in Boston. I'd like to come by and see you. I want to do a presentation for your entire group. I'm not interested, Grant. Most common objection you're going to get is I'm not interested. Good. I got it in my objection log. I've been role playing and practicing. I've been drilling on it. Watch me make this sound like one thing, not 6 things, which, by the way, is why people hate scripts, because it makes you sound like steps. He says, I'm not interested. I got it, man. Of course you're not interested. I just listened and acknowledged. Now I'm going to isolate. Why would you be interested? You don't even know what I'm going to present in the meeting. And what I'm going to present in the meeting, okay, is I'm going to increase your sales. How many people do you have? I'm collecting data. How many people? 300. How about I get you 100 deals within 20 minutes? I set a hook. I justify the offer why he should stop everything he's doing to give me 20 minutes on Monday. I'm flying in at my own expense. I'm going to make you a ton of money, okay? I guarantee you I'm going to get the results. I'm coming at my own expense. And oh, by the way, I know what you're really worried about. You're worried about feeling obligated, right, that you have to do something with me. Look, I don't ever want you to do it. I just want to help your company. I want to help your people. If you choose to do business with me in the future, you always have the right to change your mind and go from I'm not interested to let's do something, okay? How about it? Right now I'm closing. Now that didn't feel like 6 steps, did it? It didn't even sound like 6 steps. So write down your objections. What are they? I'm not interested. I can't afford it. We can't do that. The payments are too high. Now you're going to go back down through your list of objections and you're going to build these 6 steps out for each one of them. It's important that you role play. It's important that you write down your objections, and it's important that you practice with these 6 steps. Look, if you train yourself to both anticipate and respond to objections, your confidence, and more importantly, your prospect is gold. Their confidence will increase, okay? Learn to anticipate objections before you learn to handle them. That means you need to write them down, make them real, take them out of your head, put them on a piece of paper, look at them, okay? Look at them. A guy that just sold his company for $21 billion, he's like, Grant, you can't be in control until you confront what's in front of you, okay? You can't control your future until you start confronting the opportunities around you. That's right, 21 billion. That's what I just said, 21 billion. That's not a mistake. He sold his company for $21 billion. Confront the objection, write it down, and then start working with it.